Gather round, everyone, and hear again the tale of Drakfu. Welcome back, everybody. Happy Friday, and happy BlizzCon Day! Do I know anything on BlizzCon Day? Absolutely not. In fact, I went over my speculations on the Wednesday video because you guys are going to be getting this, and I'm probably going to be watching the opening ceremony. So, welcome back to the Tale of Drakfu. Last time, we finished up the questing in Spires of Iraq. Now we're on to the last zone, the endgame zone of Warlords of Draenor. We're taking on the plains of Nagrand. We're returning to one of my favorite zones in the Burning Crusade, and now we get to see it in all of its wonderful HD glory. But first, we've obviously got to get some stuff done in the garrison. So let's go ahead and get started with that by checking our garrison table and see what we have as far as missions. Ancient Affliction. Boom! Nice work, Luke. Ancient of Corruption. And yay, Vivienne leveled up. And then Kaz leveled up. That's even better. So, Desiccus Maximus. Ooh, Troll Mission Specialist. Okay, there we go. And yay, Mulverick and Rala leveled up. That's awesome. Okay, Nuisance Groveling. There we go. So Olin finished that up. Ogron's out of the bag. Okra. There we go. Riled up. Some extra XP. Stalactite Appetite. Very nice. And no level ups. And then the Mother of all Kaliri. Yay, we got 2 level ups. We got Kala and Morketh. And finally... wait, what was it? There we go. Add 1,000 XP. That's all the level ups we got. Okay, so let's go ahead and send people out on their various missions. Before we do that, though, I should point something out. Okay, so after Nagrand, there actually is a campaign that goes on, the Garrison campaign, and we do have full access to it, even though part of it was built into the Legendary Ring questline. What's going to happen for that, because I've been getting enough questions on the matter, is we will eventually pursue that in Dungeons and Drakfus. Why? Because it's actually pertinent towards the raids of Warlords of Draenor, and so it's probably better to go through that way. What's going to happen is basically as soon as we're done with Nagrand, we've finished up the last quest line, all that stuff, then it's time. We're moving into the most current expansion, Legion. And I already do have, so people have already been asking, like, where are you going to start in Legion? I've already kind of planned all that out, so don't worry too much about that. What's funny is that Nagrand might actually give us enough XP to hit 102, and that actually is the level you have to be able to get all of your artifacts. So we'll probably start up with, we will be doing the Broken Shore for that, as well as doing all the artifacts if we hit 102. So let's go ahead and start setting up missions. Excuse me. We get some Tormented Gauntlets. That would be... Is it better or worse than what I have? 606? It might be. If it levels up, then it'll be fine. But first, obviously the biggest thing we need to have going is missions that will give XP, because now we're actually going to start getting some more expensive ones that will be able to help level up our followers as best as we can. And don't worry about that too much. I will be continuing that on just in case we need something for the raids or whatnot. So let's go ahead and start off with Murkbog Terror. Scouts report a many-headed beast named Festerbloom waylaying travelers crossing the Murkbog. Clear the path for everyone's sake. So we're going to send Tulani, Ishal, and Penny Clobberbottom. Okay, and then we also have Steel Tusk Lives yet again. We've already read this before, so I'm just going to go ahead and send out Kaz, Kala, and Morketh. All right, and then we also do have... Let's see, this is a 1. I want to try and send out as many that are 3. Ooh, a rush order for So rush orders are an awesome thing, especially if you're working on specific crafting recipes that were in Draenor. Rush orders basically take a active work order, or up to, actually in this one, it instantly completes 5 active work orders for the alchemy lab, or in the case of like the blacksmithing or the enchanting, it'll instantly give you those resources right off the bat so you can continue to craft. We're not going to worry about that right now, though. Let's see. Tormented Gauntlet. Let's actually go ahead and do this one. For 88%, we're going to send out Kimsey, Benjamin, and Mulverick. We have intel that a unit of Shattered Hand Orcs is en route to assist the Iron Horde in Talador. Too bad they'll never make it. All right, let's go ahead and do that. And then also we'll do the needs of the many. Elementals are chaotic by nature and are best avoided. This elemental has something we need: resources. Make it an offer it cannot refuse. Okay, so we'll do that. And are there any others that we can send out? Ooh, we can do Shredder side. So we'll send out Leoraj. The Iron Horde Shredders are laying waste to Talador's forests. Bastards. If someone's doing that, it should be our forces. Dang right. There we go. We can also send Ziriak out on Shivan sightings. We've gotten this one before, too. And we can also do Little Bites, or Little Biters, so we'll send out Vivian for that. A group of Gorin has settled in a valuable quarry nearby. We need to get them out if we plan to use the quarry in the future. Yay! And that's pretty much all we can do for right now. But, first of all, let's go ahead and turn in news from Nagrand. This will get things started. And then we can head into the plains themselves. Bossman, good to have you back. Uh-oh. We've been seeing some movement in Nagrand. The board can fill you in on the details. Okay, so taking the fight to Nagrand. Bossman, good to see ya. Duratan recommended that we be getting a foothold in Nagrand. So I be taking the liberty of dispatching some of the boys. Thrall's already reporting that the outside be nearly complete. He's been asking me to let you know that they be ready for ya. A Windrider be waiting to catch you up with the latest caravan shipment whenever you be ready, sir. Okay, so all you have to do is talk to Stoneguard Brox. Or Braun, there you go. And we need a flight to the border of Nagrand. So let's go ahead and do a quick magic cut while we fly out there, because it's just going to fly us out to Talador. All right, so we are on the border of Nagrand, but before we go in, there's actually one little Easter egg I would like to show off. I actually came across this when I first played Warlords of Draenor and absolutely loved it. But it is a little hard to find, and I'm not sure if I can find it for the Horde. So we're going to see if we can find it. Let's see, Gazran, that's not it. Oh, it's difficult to find, but I want to see if I can find it. Oh, come on. Because these are Ogre Ruins. I need something else. Is this it? Is this it? No, this is just a graveyard. Oh, come on. This is actually a really cool Easter egg from Burning Crusade. I want to be able to show it to you guys. Is it in here? I don't think it is. I think this is just the Ogre area. Yeah, this is looking like the Ogre area, but... Oh, there we go. So, look at this. We have a bunch of Shadow Council summoners and a very familiar name, the Echo of Murmur. People might remember Murmur from the Shadow Labyrinth. He was the final boss. He's actually the reason that Auchindoun explodes in our timeline. And it looks like they're getting ready to summon up Murmur, although it just disappeared on us. But you can actually face him as a rare out in Talador. So I want to be able to show this off, but give me a second. Maybe I need to just walk on in again. There we go. Come on. Come on. Oh, don't make me walk all the way in here. Crap. I want to be able to see it again. Did I ruin it? Did I screw it up? Anyway, so yeah, he was the final boss of the Shadow Labyrinth. He's the reason that Auchindoun is destroyed in the Burning Crusade Outland area. But you can actually take him on as a rare here, and we'll stop that from happening, because obviously Auchindoun is still up and running. And has its own plot to be able to tell, but oh no, I think I may have ruined it. Let's see. Let me step out for a second and maybe reload and see if I can actually take care of this. Come on. Okay, be right back. Okay, well, unfortunately, bad news. It looks like Murmur has been bugged for about a year now. It looks like I actually had to go into the Wowhead forums just to see what they were saying about it. But yeah, it looks like the whole despawning issue is not a new occurrence. This has been going on for about a year, and Blizzard hasn't been able to fix it yet. But I still wanted to be able to show that Easter egg, is that you can actually take out Murmur early on so that he's not a problem for Auchindoun later. so you're able to do that. But let's, without further ado, head into what some would actually consider to be one of the best zones that this Draenor continent actually produced. I would agree with them. Welcome back to the plains of Nagrand. And as you can see, we're already dealing with a bunch of new problems, including this is now the very much the territory of the Warsong Clan. Oh, Warsong Marauders. Oh, crap. We gotta get out of here. You can already see the Warsong are out in droves in this area. This is the territory of Gromosh Hellscream. And sadly, it's not being run by him, so that's a problem. Okay, so here's where we actually need to meet up with the caravan. So here's Stoneguard Brox. I don't think it's that Brox, guys, so don't immediately start asking about it. They came at us from nowhere. Stoneguard nearly passes out. All right, so go ahead and take that. The might of the Warsong. The officer is in a great deal of pain. It's clear that he's not long for this world. The Warsong. Surprise attack. Headed into the Burning Blade. Takes a moment before continuing. They took the blueprints. These are his last words. Okay, so we need to meet up with Thrall at Warvar. So let's go ahead and head up to Warvar. Hopefully it won't be too far off, but as you can see, we have tons of Warsong Outriders. As we kind of heard from BlizzCon a couple of years ago, the Warsong are basically the Mongol raiders of Draenor. These are the ones that basically migrate to other areas and loot and pillage and plunder. And that's really all they ever do. So at that point, it was more appropriate for them to become the leaders of the Horde, because then they could just rally to the others. And this is what they provide. It's like, these guys are the cavalry for the Iron Horde. And that's not a good thing for us. It's a good thing for them, though. Now, unfortunately, we will not be dealing with the Warlord of the Warsong, because now he is the War Chief of the Iron Horde. But he's put a warlord in its place that I have some history with. Yes, we're going to be taking on now Warlord of the Warsong Clan, Warlord Garrosh Hellscream. Ooh, this is going to be satisfying. All right, so here is Warvar. So let's go ahead and grab the flight path first from Tal. And then we will meet up with Thrall. Oh, and look, Agra is here. So this was, again, what I talked about, I think, in Frostfire Ridge. People complained that Agra was not coming with Thrall to Draenor, because epic women needs to be epic hitting. Except the problem is that she was having kids at the time, so it actually kind of made sense for her to miss out. And it kind of makes you wonder, what did happen to Thrall's kids? I don't think I've ever seen a Blizzard explanation. If there is one, please let me know in the comments. But yeah, so here is Agra as well as Draka. Let's go ahead and report to Thrall.
This land is nothing like Azeroth.
Commander Drakfu, it is good to see you. We have much to discuss. The situation in Nagrand is rapidly deteriorating. The Warsong Clan is on the move. To make matters worse, Gromosh has named Garrosh their new warlord.
Thrall shakes his head sadly, but remains resolute. Alright, so more lazy peons.
We have a rare opportunity to strike at the heart of the Warsong, but we need your wisdom and leadership. The most important decision will be your choice between building a corral or a tank works. This choice will set up our approach to the fight against the Warsong. Thazril will head up our building efforts. Will you give him a hand? It looks like he's having trouble motivating his peons to work.
Yay, we get to start things off like any fledgling orc gets to, motivating peons.
We will not. Together, we will bring justice to Garrosh and the Warsong Clan.
So, there you go. Okay, all you have to do is look for these lazy peons and boom! Hee. Off your lazy butts, it's time to get back to work! Boom!
What you want?
I can do it.
Okay, so let's go ahead and motivate some peons. And once again, happy Friday. I hope everybody's having a good day, especially happy BlizzCon Day! I hope everybody got the announcements that they want. I don't know what they are. So at that point, I guess you guys will find out what I think soon enough. Especially since, as a quick update,
Okie dokie.
just as a reminder, I did say this in the holiday schedule as well as I think the podcast schedule
I can
update.
do that.
I will not be doing a Monday Tale of Drakfu. There will be a Wednesday and a Friday one, but Monday and Tuesday are pretty much being reserved for my thoughts on BlizzCon 2017. So keep that in mind. I will be giving my thoughts on that instead, and you will get 2 episodes continuing on in Nagrand next week. So let's go ahead and turn this in with Borman
What are you looking
Thezeril.
for?
I think that's actually the same guy from the starting zone for orcs. Let's see.
I knew it was a mistake to bring these guys with me from the Valley of
Yes, he is exactly that. All right, that's a nice little catch to it. They call him Lantresser of the Blade. Oh my gosh, another reference. This is from Nagrand in Burning Crusade.
The garrison blueprints were taken to the Burning Blade village when the Warsong sacked your caravan. I can't construct this building without those plans. There's been talk of a young blade master who's been exiled from the clan for many years. They call him Lantresser of the Blade. Our scouts recently saw him return to Halvalor to challenge the Blade Master leadership. Instead, they clapped him in chains. Maybe he's still alive. Maybe he'll help you recover the blueprints.
So Lantresser of the Blade is actually the one that tells us the tale, if people remember that quest, because he was actually exiled from the Burning Blade for being a Mukdathal, which means he is half orc and half ogre. Very much like Rexar. I was trying to remember his name. So
The
Thrall, he has a
Horde
quest
has
for us.
important work here.
The friend of my enemy.
Halvalor is the ancestral home of the Burning Blade clan. Since they're such fast friends, the Warsong have allowed the Blade Masters to remain in Nagrand. We are fierce, but we won't win if the Burning Blade attack us. It would be wise to strike first.
Ours,
so we need to
the
take care of
Burning
Burning Blade
Blade,
first.
is an honorable clan, but they have chosen the wrong side in this conflict.
All right, so we have a quest to take care of Burning Blade forces as well as find Lantresser of the Blade. I don't think we get anything else for the time being until we unlock the remaining, or the plans for this outpost. Which I've already made my decision, so I'm sorry if you guys are going to be upset by that, but frankly, we want this decision, don't get me wrong. All right, let's go up here, and that's actually the banners of the Burning Blade clan. So we're going to be dealing a lot with the Warsong and the Burning Blade in Nagrand. And in fact, a lot of our Burning Blade dealings are going to happen later in the Garrison campaign. So we'll be dealing with the new warlord of the Burning Blade clan. So all you got to do is come up in here, and let's go ahead and start slaughtering people. Now, some people might be expecting me to take this video and once again go over all of my speculation. I'm actually not. You guys can get that in Wednesday, and my speculations really haven't changed. If they changed, I would have updated you. But yeah, after talking with a few people, I'm thoroughly convinced that the biggest thing that's going to happen is probably a Warcraft announcement. But we will find out in approximately, well, we should have actually found out by now, by the time this video goes up. See, this is what I'm doing. And oh, by the way, hello, future people! Because I'm dealing with a bunch of future people. Where are you guys? And again, him. There we go. Okay, so we still need to find Lantresser. Oh, and right here, we have a summoning brazier. What is here? So you can actually summon a rare in the pool of lava, and maybe we'll try and get to it if we can. But I want to make sure to get to Lantresser along the way. Maybe I can sneak by. Yep, I can. So let's get the third. And boom! Hyperius!
I live.
Yes, you do! And I'm jumping around in lava! That's not a good idea. It's gonna burn. Okay, let's go ahead and take care of Hyperius. Flame Blossom? No! I'm not gonna let you pull off a Flame Blossom. And there you go. Ooh, and we got an epic upgrade. So this is a 617 trinket. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna upgrade to that. That is not necessarily, I don't think that's the stats we want, but that'll at least work on our item level a little bit. Cool. So now that we have that, let's go ahead and track down Lentresser. Uh-oh. Hyperius is broken. That's not good. Am I having issues? I don't think so. Well, now I am with Hyperius, but... Oh. Go ahead and get in here, and here's where Lentresser is. So I'm going to try and do a deeper voice like Rexar. They call him Lentresser.
Who are you? Don't you know death by sight, monk?
Yes. I'm not afraid of you.
Monk, you've come to Halvalor to die. It would appear that I have too. As a half Draenei.
Or actually, no, my bad. He's not a Mok'Tathal. He's half Draenei, half Orc.
My enemies with the burning blade cast me out when they rose to power, but my honor will not allow this to stand.
So he's very much like Garona, half Orc.
Exiling me was an act of cowardice. They should have allowed me to fight for my place like any other. Now I will exact justice from them at the tip of my blade.
So the blade itself.
When they clapped me in irons, the Burning Blade instructor, Luke the Keen-Eyed, took my blade. He's an honorable orc, even if his training techniques are counterproductive. I want my blade back, monk. Then I'll break myself free.
Okay. And also, we have... Not without my honor.
The blade is not the only important item a Blade Master carries. Once he has passed his final tests in the Master's caverns, the Blade Master is given the honor of wearing the Burning Blade's banner. When my petition to reclaim my rightful place with the clan fell upon the deaf and craven ears, I was stripped of that honor. No doubt my banner has been stored away somewhere in Halvalor. They'll give it to some other aspiring Blade Master if they don't burn it first.
Okay. So we need to get a banner, a blade, and finish up the remaining Burning Blade forces destroyed. And Luke the Keen-Eyed is actually up here. So here is Instructor Luke. There we go. So we'll go ahead and kill off Luke. And get Lentresser's blade. Second up, we'll go in here to this Burning Blade trainee. Check the chest. And basically, this is what you have to do for the banner. You just have to go through various huts and open up the chests and see if you get lucky. I wish I could say there was more to it than that, but not really. So the next one we got to go into is here. It would actually be funny if there wasn't a chest in there that gave me the banner. Like, it was right under your nose the entire time, Lentresser. Okay. And nope, that's not the one. So, next one over. If I grab a few people, then I'm not necessarily going to be frowning about it. Because I'm getting to a point where killing these guys is not that hard. Nope, still no. Still no banner. There's a hut over there. Let's go ahead and grab it. Go on in. And no, we got summoning components extra, but no. Actually, it'd be really funny. Go ahead and leave comments below if I got anything right or wrong. I'd actually like to know. Well, past self would like to know. Future self will know. Because he will be watching. He will be watching BlizzCon. That's why he will be busy. And therefore, that's why you're not getting a Monday Tale of Drak. It's because he will be busy. Future self will be busy watching BlizzCon. Time travel is weird. Nope, still nothing. Still nothing, and I think that was all the huts, actually.
I need to target something first.
Where is your banner? Oh, we'll probably have some respawning banners. Just for the heck of it, I'm gonna go to the hut that had Lentresser. If this works, I'm gonna laugh so hard. Nope, there's no chest in here. Oh, that would have been hilarious. Like, it's under your nose the entire time, dude. Nope. Nothing in there. Ah, crap. We need to find some banners. inventory. We need to find some loot boxes. I don't want to take this instructor, but I'm going to get him again. Well, let's just go ahead and kill you. Yup, that didn't do it. Another hut that I have overlooked. I don't think so. So, there's only one other place I can think of to go look, and that would be in the cave. And I don't think the cave has chests. Unless the huts start respawning. Well, just in case, let's go ahead and do a quick magic cut while we figure this out. There we go. We found the banner. It was just a respawning chest. So let's go ahead and give this over to Lantresser. Please ignore the blood elf that's walking through your camp. There's nothing going on. There we go. Hi, Lantresser. So yeah, we get your spiel. So blade itself. A blade master without a blade is no blade master at all. Well, here's your blade then. If you can defeat Luke, then perhaps there's some hope for you after all. All right, not without my honor. Do you have my banner? Yes, I do. I don't expect you to understand the importance of what you've done. Perhaps one day you will. Oh, and we get a brand to make a new helm out of it, but... Oh, it did upgrade, so it's kind of worth it. Meet me in the cavern. It's time, monk. Time for you to get your blueprints. Time for us to face the masters. Okay. Lantresser cuts through his chains. It's time to finish this. Meet me in the master's cavern. Oh, but by the way, you have to take care of all of the excess trash along the way, because I won't have to. Go ahead and swap over to this new helm. Thanks, Lantresser. Thankfully, I don't have to go too far. But you do have to take care of this Blade Master trainee. That worked out so well for you, didn't it? Oh, but look, now we have Blade Master corpses. I wonder who's been here. My guess is Santa. All right, Lantresser of the Blade. Let's talk to you. You made it. Good. Getting in here was nothing compared to what's to come. Okay. Challenge of the Masters. The time has come to challenge the Burning Blade Masters. Go to the back of the cavern. There you will find the challenge ring and the Masters watching over it from above. Pull the blade from the middle of the ring to issue your challenge. My clan values honor above all else and will respect your claim to trial by combat. As a reward, you will be allowed to walk away with your blueprints and your life. Or you will be dead. Okay. I'll see you at the ring. Fight with honor, Drakfu. So yeah, you're gonna make me do all the work. That's great. Okay. Thankfully, we could skip a couple of these Blade Masters.
An outsider approaches! Enter the ring and make your challenge.
Okay, so you can see the sword in the middle of the ring. That's the one he was talking about. Gonna do this.
Come, monk. Issue your challenge. We will allow you to fight and die.
And these are actually the ones they were talking about. So Pack Leader Draenor. We have Warlord Darl of the Thrice Bloodied Blade. So he is the current Warlord of the Burning Blade Clan. And Azuka Blade Fury. Okay, so boom.
A challenge has been issued from this man, this outsider. Draenor, your theft of his blueprints brought him here. Finish it. Show us the might of the Warsong. With pleasure. Let's finish this, pup.
Yes, nuts! I don't like that you stole my blueprints. There you go, blueprints on the ground.
He was only Warsong and did not fight very well in any case. Now you will face a true challenge. My grandsons. You killed their father outside. It's only fitting they return the favor. For father, for honor, I will cut you down, monk.
And I will fist of fury you to death.
My boys, you've destroyed my legacy. I'll kill you myself. Honor be damned.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize we were damning honor. Well, in that case, shred! And Lantresser comes in to help us out with that one. And oh look, somebody new. It's Asuka. What's she gonna do?
Hear me, Burning Blade. By right of ascension, I, Asuka Blade Fury, daughter of Dal, assume the mantle of Warlord. Any clan member who wishes to challenge me may do so. You, monk, may leave unharmed. However, if I see you again, you will die. As for you, Lantresser of the Blade, you had no right joining this one's challenge. You remain a half-breed and an exile. You are not worthy of the Burning Blade. Leave and never return. Lantresser spits and throws his banner on the ground. You are wrong. It is the Burning Blade that is not worthy of me. So let's go ahead and grab our blueprints, and unfortunately Lantresser is a little sad. But this actually sets things up for the garrison, the garrison campaign, because you will be dealing a lot with Asuka Blade Fury, the new warlord of the Burning Blade clan. And she is pretty nasty. Unfortunately, a lot of her stuff was also dealt with... Oh, no, actually, never mind. In the campaign itself. I was going to say in the Legendary Ring, but no. No, you deal with her directly in the garrison campaign. So, boom. All we got to do is make our way back to Warvar. So let's go ahead and do that. So here we go. And actually, I do like what they did with Asuka Blade Fury. She was an interesting adversary to have for that garrison campaign. But you guys will see that in a little while. Or, in the case of time travel actually working things out, you will see it, well, whenever. It will probably be out by now. Who knows? I don't know. I don't read time travel. And I'm not a mind reader. And I'm not to that point in Dungeons & Drakfu. We just barely started up Cataclysm, where this actually is. There we go. So now we are back in Warvar. Let's go ahead and turn this in with Thrall.
This is a savage land.
A great victory over the Burning Blade. This new warlord, Asuka Blade Fury, sounds formidable. We will have to keep an eye on her and her blade masters.
Fight with honor.
Okay. We also have Foreman Thazril.
What can I help you with?
Do you have the garrison blueprints, Commander?
Yes, I do.
Garrison blueprints, outstanding. There's only one thing left to do.
Take my shoulders? Okay, I can do that. A choice to make.
We're ready to start building. All that we need is for you to make a choice. The blueprints are on the drafting table. Take a look. Then let me know if we're going to construct a corral or a tank works.
For the whole.
Okay, so you might be interested in what he's talking about. These are the choices you get for Nagrand. Now remember, we've pretty much gotten choices all the way down, except for War of Frostfire. This one gives us either the Warvar Corral or the Warvar Tank Works. The Warvar Corral will provide better Frostwolf mounts for your troops. Once fully operational, the Warvar Corral grants the use of Frostwolf Warwolf within Nagrand. And the cool part is that you can ride them in combat, and if you're a caster, you can continue to cast while you're on the move. That's awesome. Then the Warvar Tank Works will provide demolishers for your troops. Once fully operational, the Warvar Tank Works grants the use of the Warvar Demolisher within Nagrand. So this is a more temporary thing, whereas the Corral is a permanent thing. You actually can pilot a Demolisher and be able to get some extra damage on something. But I'm already going to tell you again, my choice is made because this is just way too great a buff. So we're going to do the Warvar Corral. Boom. So now that we have the Corral, we get the added buff. I think we got to turn it in first.
Loktar, Commander.
This is a momentous occasion, Commander. Thazril and his peons will get to work right away. You'll see, this decision is going to be critical in our efforts against the Warsong.
Okay, boom. And now we have Frostwolf Warwolf, and that gave us another chapter, The Might of Steel and Blood. So, yay, we got to have that. So now we have this permanent werewolf. Oh, come on. Ah, crap. I think it's not working. Let's go ahead and reload and see if that helps. Sometimes these abilities break. Ah, crap. That sucks. We'll get it working in a second, but let's go ahead and start up gathering quests, because now we have a bunch of them. So we'll start things up with Agra.
Speak your mind.
Target of opportunity, Tellar. We've received reports that the Draenor enclave at Tellar has fallen to the Warsong. I sent a small group of shadow hunters to check on the situation. Kajasa is their leader. Will you meet her there?
Go with us.
So Tellar might be familiar.
You
Tellar
and the
was actually...
Shadow Hunters will expel the Warsong from Tellar.
So Tellar might sound familiar. In Burning Crusade time, Tellar is actually the Alliance outpost you get in Nagrand. But unfortunately now it's destroyed. So it looks like Garrosh has given them some inside information. So Draka.
What do you need?
Trouble at the Overwatch. Yesterday I sent 2 of my best scouts to spy on the ogres at Margok's Overwatch. I haven't heard back from them. Drakfu, would you do me the honor of checking on them? I'm sure it's nothing. The Overwatch is a large fortification. I'd feel better knowing they're okay.
For the honor of the clan.
And then we also have one from Stalker Ogka.
I am not
Shooting the breeze. Taz and I are having a spirited debate over who kills more efficiently, shadow hunters or frost wolves. Care to get in on the wager, Commander? I've been focusing on Talbuk because of their fierce majesty. They truly encapsulate the grandeur of Nagrand, as any native of Draenor knows. Okay, so you need to kill off, basically like the Hemet Nessingwari. Even though Hemet is actually out here, this is very much like the Hemet Nessingwari quest. So you got to collect Breeze Strider horns.
Go with honor.
And we also have Shadow Hunter Taz.
You come get the voodoo.
That pounding sound. Commander, the Frostwolf and I were just discussing the merits of various hunting approaches. I assured her that the Shadow Hunters are well equipped to deal with any situation, even ones out in the wild. She seems to think that we don't know what we're doing when it comes to bringing down game in her land. We're going to let her get away with saying that, right? Let's take down... we're not going to let her get away with that. Let's take down some Cleft Hoof. Okay, so we need to get 12 pairs of Leatherhide ears.
Spirits.
And yes, as the Hemet Nessingwari ones do, you will eventually be taking on the very same first end-game targets that you had for these. So Baklor, Banthar, all of them are back. So yay, we're going to be doing that. I think that's all the quests that we can get here for the moment. So let's go ahead and get things... oh, wait. By the way, here's Lantresser. He's for some reason out in Warvar. The honor of a Blade Master. I am without a clan. The Burning Blade are dead to me. Perhaps someday I will create a clan of my own. In the meantime, it would be an honor to fight at your side. You freed me and fought well. There is much we could learn from each other. What do you say? So now you can get Lantresser of the Blade as a follower. He is an arms warrior, encounters danger zones. He is also amazing for mining. In fact, he is the optimal follower to put on your mine to double work orders and all that stuff. So if you were going to do that professionally, that's how you do it. But we're going to level him up first because he's better as epic for it. Aye. So now that we have all of this, and this is still not working. I don't know why. Let's try an actual key. There we go. Now it's working. So now we can have a Frostwolf Warwolf, which is basically... it's like a normal mount. It gives you speed by 100%, but it allows mounted combat. So that'll be also a very helpful thing to look into. Now, before we actually get started with the questing, you'll notice that there's a nearby settlement. We actually do want to start things off here as well. So this is the Ring of Trials. So people might remember the Ring of Blood. It does come back in a quest in the Garrison campaign, but really our equivalent here is the Ring of Trials. Remember, Pandaria didn't give us a Ring of Blood. We got the Amphitheater of Anguish in Northrend, and then we got the Crucible of Carnage and Cataclysm. We didn't get anything in Pandaria, and then we get to return with the Ring of Trials in Draenor. Unfortunately, it never came back in Legion. So let's go ahead and talk to a few people. First of all, with the Flight Path. And now let's go ahead and talk to Dexel Deadblade, a fight promoter.
What's up?
The Ring of Trials, Crush Maul. So you want to fight in the Ring of Trials, do you? It's your funeral, bub. Your first fight is against an exceptionally large and angry ogre named Crush Maul. That's not all, though. You'll have to take out his armored boar companion, too. Crush Maul never goes into the ring without it. I hope your affairs are in order, because the last gladiator that fought Crush Maul went home in a body bag. I'm counting on you. Get your ass inside the arena and speak with my associate Guzrug to start the fight.
Keep it real.
We won't worry about that just yet, because we have a bunch of other quests to go pick up. First of all, with Gabby Goldsnap.
Welcome, friend.
So, Gazmol Futz Wrangler and the High Mall Crusade. I'm here in Nagrand recruiting for the Steamweedle Preservation Society. This is actually another faction you deal with in Draenor. We're the archaeological branch of the Steamweedle Cartel. We're here to collect all of the artifacts, relics, antiquities, and oddities that Nagrand has to offer. Currently, we're hiring surveyors, excavators, adventurers, you name it. If you're interested in getting your hands dirty, talk to Gazmol Futz Wrangler over at Stone Crag Gorge. He's the goblin in charge of this expedition.
Be good.
Very cool. Alright, and then we come over here. We got even more quests from Pixney Pennypocket.
Can I show you my wares?
The Ring of Trials is perfect for a perfect place to make some cash. So the missing caravan. I've got a problem, and you look like you're just a blood elf for the job. A trade shipment was supposed to arrive yesterday, but it's nowhere to be found. I'm running low on merchandise here, and I need somebody to go out and find out what happened. If I were to guess, I'd say the Saberon are probably involved. Those brutes have been a pain in our side ever since we got here. Search for the wagon on the road near Sabermaw and hurry. Time is money, friend.
Have a good one.
There we go, declawing the competition. These Saberon freaks have cost me a lot of money, Monk. I'm not one to forgive a debt, and it's time to collect. The Saberon have been causing us the most trouble are the ones living in Sabermaw. They keep ambushing our trade shipments along the road. Pixie grins. It's time to declaw the competition. Bring me their claws. We'll sell the best ones as good luck charms here at the arena. If the claw sales don't cover their debt, well, we'll just have to charge them an arm and a leg, too.
Hurry back.
There you go. And now we just want to kind of run around because we're going to get random quests all over the place. And the next one is from Mary Bell Walsh from the Nesting Warrior Safari. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but if you come to join up with the Nesting Warrior Safari, then you're out of luck. The safari has been put on hold while Hemet assists the Alliance and Horde in their fight against the Warsong. Shame, really. This land is one of the most majestic and savage that I've ever laid my hands on.
Savage!
Alright, the good doctor. Our expedition biologist has been kidnapped by podlings. We came to Nagrand to explore, to slay the mightiest of beasts, and test our mettle alongside the great Hemet Nessingwary. As soon as we arrived, Hemet's hunting prowess was needed to combat the Warsong. Rather than sit around twiddling our thumbs, we decided to continue the expedition. We were exploring Spiteleaf Thicket when podlings ambushed us. In the chaos, Dr. Hadley Ricard was taken away captive. Please, we can't just leave him there.
Have a good one.
I'm sure this is a reference, and I'm not sure what it is to, but we'll find that out over time. Whacking weeds. Something needs to be done about the podling menace in Spiteleaf Thicket. Alongside Hemet Nessingwary, I've hunted some of the largest and most terrifying beasts around. Never in my life have I ever encountered a creature as vile, depraved, nefarious, or degenerate as a podling. The vicious little monsters spread themselves like weeds, and if something isn't done, they'll spread across the entire continent. Make your way into Spiteleaf Thicket and slay as many podlings as you can find.
See you around.
I think you have a thing against podlings. What did you say, podlings? No, you're fine, you're fine. Alright, so come on in. Oh, look at that. These are actually some of the contenders that you can get as you go along. So, in the Ring of Trials, I mean. And the Ring of Trials is just kind of like a voluntary measure. You can do it if you want. But, obviously, you want to do it. And finally, we also have Digrem Orbar.
Yo!
Tastes like chicken. You got a moment, bub? I've got an Alex-sized problem. Someone sold me these two, but they're sick. I've tried everything, but nothing I do makes any difference. I think they must be starving. I heard that Alec like raw windrock. Gross if you ask me. Anyway, while you're out doing your thing, you mind picking up some bird meat?
Have a good one.
And there's our windrock mastery. So there we go. Now we have a bunch of quests to go out and complete within Nagrand. I'm trying to think, where do we start? I guess we could just start up with the Ring of Trials. and get that out of the way, but the problem is we don't have a whole lot of time. Let's see, what can we actually get done in the amount of time that we have left? We really can't get a whole lot done. That's the sad part. But thankfully, we have plenty of questing areas unveiled, and we got at least one chapter done. So maybe we'll just go ahead and call that for today. So once again, happy BlizzCon Day. I hope everything was awesome over at the opening ceremony. Thank you guys so much for watching, if you were able to put in some time in between BlizzCon panels and whatnot. And of course, I will see you guys on Wednesday this time for the next Tale of Drakfu.